American robin was found dead and tangled in face masks, and the nest of common coot was partially made up of face masks and gloves. What else do we expect to see? Tell everyone now to stop the improper disposal of face masks to save our environment. Greetings to my supervisor, Associate Professor Dr. Tim Mengguan, and my examiner, Associate Professor Dr. Sim Siang Fong. I'm Shamil Nabila, will be presenting my final year project titled The Impact of Used Face Masks Towards Environment. In early 2020, the world was shocked by a rare disease called coronavirus. And this virus has been caused by the severe acute respiratory syndrome, which is also known as SARS-CoV-2. The healthcare profession have suggested few ways in taming this virus from keep spreading by wearing face masks, keep social distancing, and keep hygienic. And this has created a new policy in Malaysia where wearing face masks in public is compulsory. The most effective face mask that can be used is 3-ply face mask, as it consists of 3 layers, where the soft fiber as the inner layer and the mid-blown filter as the middle filtering layer, and outer layer is made up of the non-woven fiber, which is act as the resistant. There are 2 types of 3-ply face mask, which is washable and disposable face mask. People across the world, they prefer on using disposable face masks due to the cheaper price. However, the improper behavior of certain people where they dispose the disposable face mask improperly will create the new source of microfiber and microplastic in the environment. Therefore, these studies has been done in identifying the microparticles that contain in the face mask which could harm our environment. I proceed with the objective of this study, where to conduct a qualitative and quantitative analysis on the littered face masks along with their impact to our environment. Then, this study was also done to identify the microparticles, which is microplastic and microfiber, that may be released by the face mask during the degradation process. And finally, this study was also done to evaluate the heavy metal analysis that been released from the face mask, which has been performed by the previous studies. For the methodology part in this study, the sampling was done by myself in 3 sampling locations, and the other parts of the methods are the summarize of the previous studies. The littered face masks on 3 different locations, which is Tanjung Balau, Taman Rekreasi Pantai Rambah, and Taman Tepi Laut Pontian, has been recorded within 3 different months, which is from November 2020 to January 2021. The face mask was collected along 500 meters of the area. Then, the face mask was disposed properly after I recorded the data. These are the list of the previous studies that I have referred in doing this research. Firstly is the study from Sullivan et al. 2021, where the research observed the fiber formation in the face mask using light microscope. Then, the research also done on analyzing the heavy metals that present from the face mask using ICP-MS. The second study was done by Saliu et al. In 2021, where it counts the microfiber or microplastic that presents in the face mask during the degradation process. Then finally, the studies done by Benson et al. In 2021, where it characterized the polymer that presents in the face mask using FTIR spectroscopy. For the polymer characterization that has been performed by Benson et al. In 2021, it performed the FTIR analysis on 3 different face masks, which is surgical face mask, homemade or we known as cloth face mask, and also the filtering face piece too. The FTIR analysis was done using Agilent 630 carrier FTIR spectrophotometer with the range of 4,000 to 650 cm per one. Then, we proceed to the identification of the fiber in the leaching of the face mask. This has been performed by the previous study, which is Sullivan et al. In 2021, where the research analyzed 9 types of face masks with 1 blank sample. The research performed the light microscopy using Zeiss prime opaque microscope at 5 times 10 times and 50 times magnifications on the membrane of the face mask leaching. Then, the method proceeds with observing the formation of the microfiber during the degradation process that was done by Salu et al. In 2021. Refer to the picture in the slides. The first beaker consists of face mask that has been soaked in the artificial seawater for 10 days. And the next beaker is the face mask that has been soaked in the artificial seawater and be stirred for 24 hours with the presence of UV light irradiation for 180 hours. The UV light irradiation for the 180 hours are considered as the variables of this experiment. Then, both solution has been filtered using nanocellulose filter to identify the microfibers that has been released by the face mask. As I mentioned before, the heavy metal analysis has been performed by the previous studies using ICP-MS. From the study, it mentioned that only colored face masks consist of heavy metals. The colored face masks are 2, 4, and 7 ABC. Then another plain face mask, which is face mask 5 and 6, and also one blind samples were tested together by immerse them in the 150 ml of deionized water. Then the samples were then tested in the next ion 300 ICP-MS Perkin-Elmer in full calibration to identify the heavy metals that presents. Then, for the end part of the methodology, the statistical analysis was performed using Microsoft Excel. This statistical analysis was done in order to identify the significance difference on the amount of the littered face mask between 3 different sampling locations within 3 different months, which is from November 2020 to January 2021. Then, I proceed to the result and discussion of this research. The graph shows the amount of face masks that has been littered by people in 3 different locations within 3 different months that has been recorded. As we can see from the graph, it shows that Taman Tepi Laut Pontian has the highest number of face masks that has been disposed improperly by the people, followed with the Tanjung Balau. This is because these two places receive a lot of visitors, especially during weekends. The increasing amount of the littered face masks that has been recorded from the sampling locations creates a new environmental challenge. This is because the face mask consists of plastic particles which could form into microplastics. And this has been proved by the study which is done by Benson et al. In 2021, where it shows that the presence of few plastic compound in the face mask during polymer characterization using FTIR spectroscopy. From the study, it shows that the presence of polypropylene with the presence of CC bond, CH2 scissor and CH3 symmetric, and also CH2 and CH3 symmetric and asymmetric stretching. Other than that, it is also shows the presence of polyethylene in the surgical face mask. Polyethylene is a type of plastic compound. Other than that, the study also shows that the presence of natural latex rubber in the face mask, which is homemade face mask. The natural latex rubber is not considered as harmful to the environment. This is because this face mask consists of natural polymer. Then, the study that has been performed by Salu et al. Supports the evidence that showed by Benson et al. In previous study. This is because Salu et al. Has been done a research on the microfiber release from the face mask during the degradation of the face mask. From the method as been explained, the face mask has been divided into 2 categories, where one has the presence of UV light radiation and the other only consists of artificial seawater. From the bar chart that we can see in the slides, the first bar chart shows that the face mask which has been soaked in only artificial seawater for 10 days, while the other bar chart shows the face mask that has been stirred in artificial seawater for 24 hours and also with the presence of UV light for 180 hours. The amount of microfiber released from the face mask shows that with the presence of UV light irradiation, it increase the degradation rate of the face mask, which release the highest amounts of microfiber. These microfibers is considered harmful to our environment. Why? Because the degradation of the face mask could cause the form of microfiber and microplastic in the ocean especially. Then this microfiber and microplastic will be ingested by the aquatic life, and this cause toxics to the ecosystem. Other than that, the accumulation of microplastic and microfiber will be higher compared to the plankton that presents in the ocean. From the two previous studies that has been discussed, we can clearly see that the face mask is seriously give harm to our environment with the release of microfibers and the microplastics during the degradation. However, the studies by Sullivan et al. Has expanded the research by doing the ICP-MS on the leachate of the face mask, and this study shows the presence of heavy metals, which is also dangerous to the human health and also environment. From the studies, it shows that the presence of few heavy metals, which are cadmium, cobalt, copper, lead, antimony, and also titanium. And we can see from the face mask 7ABC, it shows the higher amount of lead form. The heavy metal release from the face mask, which has been studied by Sullivan et al., is seriously give another impact to environment and also human health. From the slides, we can see that the excessive exposure on lead, it could cause another effect to human health, especially on the children. This is because it will cause the mental retardation on the children, where it affects the concentration on the body weight of the children. The other heavy metals such as copper, it is also impact the environment as it implicates into pathology process, and also it causes the environmental pollution due to the toxics induced by the copper itself. And another heavy metal that presented in the face mask is antimony. The antimony will disturb the element composition in the ecosystem, and it will also release the toxics to the ecosystem. And finally, the statistical analysis that was performed, it shows that there is no significant difference on the amount of face mask littered between the three different sampling locations within 3 different months, which is Tanjung Balau, Taman Rekreasi Pantai Rambah, and also Taman Tepi Laut Pontian. This is because all 3 places receive the quite same number of visitors, especially during weekend. It's time for me to explain the conclusions and the recommendations on this research. The improper disposal of face masks in Malaysia is expected to be increased until everyone achieves the herd immunity. The quantitative analysis was conducted on the littered face mask in 3 sampling locations, and it shows that the increasing amount of face masks that has been littered within 3 different months. And the impact of the face mask litter has been studied in this research. The face mask also released the high amount of microfibers and microparticles during the degradation after being exposed with UV light radiation. This can be implemented by the face mask that has been littered outside, where it exposed with the high amount of UV light radiation every day. Other than that, from the study that was done by Sullivan et al., it has been observed that the face mask consists of heavy metals which seriously give impact to the human health. Therefore, the face mask waste management must be improved by the government and NGO in order to tame this issue. Other than that, the recycled face mask waste can also be used for the manufacturing of other products such as textile. And these are the list of references that I have been using in doing this slide presentation. And that's all from me. With that, I thank you.